Hi there, Nick here from France, out to the Provence, and I'm walking here in one of my favorite villages. It's Rian. It's very close where I live, and today I want to talk to you about something that it took me a long time to understand it, but it changed everything, especially when you're a little bit older, like you're passing the 40 and you have all those habits and all those things that you got in your backpack from your parents and from your teachers and from circumstances and things. Life just puts things in your bag, and you keep on dragging it with you. But the thing that I want to talk to you today about is trying. When I was studying with Bob, a certain moment he asked us, try to take my pen. So he had that like very beautiful Mont Blanc pen, and he asked us to, like, he was handing it out, to say, try to take it. Well, as it was a very beautiful pen, we could keep it if we could try to take it. So we were sitting there he was holding out that pen, and I reached out and I tried to take the pen. And he even didn't move. He didn't move his fingers. He just kept on holding his pen in front of us, so I could grab the pen easily. I said, I got it. He said, no. Try to take the pen. I didn't understand it. And I did a second attempt, and I just grabbed the pen, like I thought, yeah, that's the thing I should have done. But anyways, Bob said, no, try to take the pen. And it took us a while. And then we started to really think like, what does he really mean now? Why does he insist on trying to take the pen? And when we grab it, when we have it in our hand, then he's repeating, try to take the pen. And then he explained this, and it was a very wise lesson. It helped me a lot afterwards in my business and also in starting new endeavors. Is that he said, when I say try to take the pen, trying includes not succeeding. Because as long as you're trying, you didn't achieve anything, you didn't accomplish anything. It's like, as long as you're trying, it's a mental thing. You're giving yourself the permission to fail, and mentally you haven't decided to succeed. So the big lesson that we got there is that quit the word trying from your vocabulary, because every time you say try, you open in your mind the mental possibility of failing. And afterwards you will say to yourself, well, I tried, I did my best. But what Bob wanted to learn on us, and what he did, is that making a decision. Success starts with making a decision. And that's another thing, making decisions. So once you understand that you don't have to try anymore, but you have to take a decision, really a committed decision, not just a decision like, because decision, the word comes from decidere, and that's from the Latin to cut off. So if you decide something, then the only thing that you can do is cut off all the other possibilities. And if you cut off all the other possibilities, well, the only thing that you still can do is succeed. Now, another lesson we got from Bob another time was on decision, is that I had a very tough time with taking decisions, because I thought that taking decisions is something like a physical thing. It has to take an action. There has to happen something as you take a decision. But that's actually not true. You don't have to take. If you take a decision, it's a mental process, and only a mental process. It's something that happens inside you, in your mind. It's not something that happens in the physical world. So when you take a decision like, I want to buy that house, and Bob said, take a decision. Do you really want it? You say, but I don't have the money. And he said, you don't need the money to decide. Takes a while to understand that. You don't need the money to decide. You need the money to buy it. But as long as you didn't decide on it to buy it, you don't need the money. So first, you learn this, take the mental decision. Take the firm mental decision what you're gonna do. What do you really, really want? Not what your neighbors want, not what your parents want, not what your spouse want, not what your children want, but what do you really want? At your age, now in your life, what do you really want? And once you have that thing that you really want, something that feels natural, something that you feel like, this is something for me, take a decision. And that doesn't mean that you have to buy something, that you have to sign a contract. Well, actually you sign a contract mentally with yourself. You say to yourself, well, that's what I'm gonna do. That's my destination. That's my decision. Whatever it takes. And then you start to make a plan. And then once you have a plan, you just take little steps, like I'm now taking little steps and I'm climbing here these stairs. And you just take another decision. You just take another step. And then you start to progress a little bit by little bit. But it was so like freeing up my mind to understand, well, if I take now today a decision, I don't have to buy it. I don't need the money to do it. I don't need the skills to do it. I don't need the resources to do it. The only thing that it requires to proceed and to progress is to take the decision. And leaving out trying. I will not try to achieve my goal. No, I decide to achieve my goal. And now I start to progress towards it. Makes totally a different ball game. It's totally different and becomes more easy because now the pressure is off. The pressure is off of progressing or maybe of taking that decision. Because a lot of people they just falling still, or they just kept on turning in circles if they need to take a decision. They're putting it off because they think that there is so much involved. Look at this beautiful church. It's full of history. It's amazing here. So think about it. Think about not trying anymore and life becomes easy. Put off the trying and make a decision. Only do the things that you decided on. And once you start to do that, you will see that there are so much possibilities. There are so much things that you will do in your life because you now take a mental decision, and that just says, okay, I'm going that way and nowhere else. I hope this inspires you. If it inspires you, leave me a comment on what will you decide, and what will you quit trying to do, and just do it, and just take a mental decision to accomplish something. Okay, give you greetings from France, from the Provence. See you in next video.